Hey, what's going on, guys? Your boy Ghost here, and today we have another article for Renegades. I legitimately just finished editing my Game Awards video that's going up probably as you're seeing this, if not already up before. So let's read this information and learn more about exotics coming in Renegades. Although upgrades to exotics, let's see so far. Hello from the rewards team. Today we are on to the second of our 3 sandbox preview articles for Renegades. This time is focused on exotic armor changes. We have a selection of exotics to talk about that we have given a bit of love to match the upcoming new artifact in Renegades, which we'll preview later this week in the Destiny 2 article. Oh, this week. Okay, so the TWAB, we're gonna get some artifact mods in the TWAB. Okay. Graviton Forfeit for Hunter Exotics. Graviton Forfeit was once a workhorse exotic in Destiny 1, but it was struggled to find value in Destiny 2, especially at the Void 3.0. It sure was, though. It sure was a freaking workhorse. You wanna know why? Because it gave you Shadow Step for free. With how abundant access to invisibility is nowadays, we've shifted this exotic into a kill streak, invis streak exotic that charges up your neutral game as you fade in and out of invisibility. Now grants improved grenade, melee, and class ability recharge stats for a moderate duration each time you become invisible. Effects stack up to 3 times. Effects times do not deplete while you're invisible. At 3 stacks At 3 stacks of the buff, the successful triggers additionally grant a portion of a void overshield. Okay. I'm seeing the vision here. That sounds cool. Don't know if people are going to use it. It just depends on how much of an improved stat you get for grenade, melee, and class. That's a 3 stat bonus off 1 exotic. Could be fairly cool, especially if you combine it. Well, you can't. Wait, no, there's no Spirit Graviton. Never mind. Man, I guess so. You could combo Graviton Forfeit with Stylus Executioner and get a combo that way. Stylus Executioner and then On the Prowl could be really solid. Could be cool. Omnioculus. Given the success of other more support-centric exotics, we're leaning into Omnioculus into a more potent support role to allow hunters to fill in a bit of that more selfless fireteam role. Granting the effects of Beyond the Veil to allies now starts their health regen and shield regen. This only applies to allies that are not not to the hunter themselves. Sax is watching. It had to do this. It's gonna get nerfed. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess you can help your team heal. So that would be kind of busted if it was on PvP as well. I mean, on the hunter itself. So I understand why. I wish they would. I wish they could differentiate this. If they could make it so it was PvE only, it would do that. It'd be perfect. Lucky Raspberry and our grenades, for that matter, have been out of the limelight for a long while due to their general slowness and no damage. We've done a pass over both Arc Bolt grenades itself and Lucky Raspberry to help with some of the consistency issues, as well as bring them into today's build crafting options. Arc Bolt grenade ability: increased projectile lifetime of chain projectile. This helps hit consistencies in moving targets that are near or the outer edge of the chain range. Now activates 0.1 seconds faster after the initial sensor sweep from 0.6 to 0.5. Increased max chain range of initial chain from 7 to 10 meters. And the exotic armor now always applies jolts on arc bolt grenade hits. Returns arc bolt energy on any application of the jolt debuff or triggering the jolt chains on a target affected by that debuff. Already affected by the debuff. Okay. You just Lucky Raspberry and combine that with a jolt shot or a jolting feedback weapon. It could be kind of cool. I see the vision here. Don't think it's gonna move the needle though. Orpheus Rig. Alongside some ability changes coming in Renegades, we've also adjusted how Orpheus Rigs benefits from Shadow Shot. Looking forward to more on abilities in the upcoming Dev Insight article. Increased super duration from 16 to 20 seconds. Gemini Jesters. As mentioned in our Renegades weapon tuning article, Gemini Jesters has been updated to use the new universal disorient verb. To keep the debuff effects versus players as similar as possible, we've gave it some adjustments that should help it feel nearly identical to how it was prior, if not slightly more effective. We've also gave it a small bump in duration against PvE combatants. Increased disorient duration against players from 0.5 seconds to 1 second. In addition to apply disorient, misdirection also removes the opposing player's HUD for 2 seconds. Increase the disorient duration against PvE combatants by 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Or from 2 seconds to 3 seconds. Titan Exotic. Okay. Yeah, we need to. Yeah, this is the use of Arbiter Warden is that Titan chest piece that allows you to throw a barricade. It's useless. Let's see how they change it. It needs a complete rework. I don't need a buff. Arbiter Warden hasn't managed to find much of a niche since its introduction into the game. We've made some changes that will let players more aggressively claim space by using Renegades with good planning. Picking up 3 overpowers enhances your next Renegade. Enhanced Renegade spawns a Y pattern of 3 of your equipped barricade on a Renegade detonation. This does not work with barricade modifications like Drinker Lash or Storm's Key. God dang it. It would have been so cool. But wait. Oh, never mind now. Bro, I was thinking, but you can't combine exotics, bro. Imagine an Arbiter Warden Stormfrost exotic class item, and you throw the Renegade that has the Hoarfrost freaking barricade, and it spawns like 3 barricade crystals. That would be gas, but it's not an option. I still don't think anyone's gonna use this. Dune Marchers. Oh no, let's see how they do. Let's see what they do. Dune Marchers have always been a strong choice in the Crucible, but have not had much home in PvE. With the introduction of Bolt Charge and Storm Peeps in recent release, we wanted to expand the access to Bolt Charge to other thematically appropriate sources, and Dune Marchers was a perfect fit. Increase the maximum chain count from 4 to 7, good lord. Each chain hits now grant 2 bolt charges from 3 with a fragment. Glaive melees can now also trigger the chain. I don't know, man. I guess it could be cool, but like, I don't think anyone's gonna use this either. Not being real. I could be wrong though. Let me know in the comments below. Ursa Furiosa. We're making some lighter quality of life improvements to bug fixes to Ursa Furiosa, in particular the difficulty of an activity scaled, how much absorbed attack scaled, the super refund but not the grenade refund, which made that part of that perk feel weaker in easier content. Should now probably gain super energy if damage is blocked while the player has an overshield. Super energy stored is no longer scaled based on enemy difficulty. Super energy refund meter is fill rate is doubled in power activities. At power activities. Super energy refund meter fill rate is buffed by about 13.6% in -40 activities. Second chance, that's the exotic gauntlets that let you throw shields and break shields basically. In activities without barrier champions, second chance can be a bit lackluster. While a second charge of shield throw and applying weaken is somewhat powerful, Sentinel Titan does not have so much access to melee energy generation, so it struggles to get much value out of either effect. We're giving it a new lease on life with shield throw centric gameplay loop that doubles down on the Righteous Defender fantasy. Added, spawn void breaches on shield throw final blows, grants shield throw melee energy on picking up any void breach. The Sentinel shield super's range attack shield throw now also weakens with the exotic equipped. Fix the bug where anti-barrier shield throw melee would not bounce to more than 2 targets. Okay, that seems pretty cool. Armamentarium. Oh, okay, no, that's Armamentarium, not the other exotic I was talking about. Never mind. While a second grenade charge is somewhat powerful, it's hard to justify choosing Armamentarium over an exotic that gives ability energy in today's sandbox. We're adding another ability that is focused on the armaments and ordnance fantasy that the exotic suggests. Now grants 10% grenade energy on weapon final blows. Now reloads the player's equipped weapon when using a grenade ability. Hold on, that could be pretty good. That could be pretty good. I'm sensing a rehash of Armamentarium. I used to love Armamentarium in PvP. When I used to have my weekend scatter grenades, this could be a problem. This could be a problem in PvP. I'm not gonna lie to you. And they did not specify it doesn't work in PvP. It says weapon final blows. It doesn't say combatant final blows. So it could be good. Freaking, you telling me we could have 200 stat grenades with like storm? Yo, we could bring back lightning grenades. This could be gas on a lightning grenade build, bro. You got 200 stat lightning grenade build with ring the bell on Arc Titan, and then you get a kill and you get energy back and reloading. Oh, this could be gas. You could throw this on top of a demolitionist weapon. If this stacks demolitions and you're getting 20% grenade energy back on every final blow, this could be motion. Lion Rampants. Given the current state of ability in the sandbox, we thought Lion Rampants restriction to only allow hip fire shooting while in lift is no longer necessary. Fly free Bell Titans now allows ADS shooting while ADS when in lift. PKs. We wanted to equalize PK mobility with other exotic mods that grant increased mobility. We also accidentally removed a fan favorite hidden interaction with this exotic when we corrected the audio during Edge of Fate, so we re-added this interaction. Increased mobility bonus from 25 to 30, re-added the ability to swap load SMGs. Thank you. Warlock Exotics, nothing manacles. Charged and nothing manacles. Charged and nothing manacles and enhanced scatter grenades have been in an awkward spot for some time due to how much slower they deal damage in comparison to base grenades. We've made some adjustments, alongside those made in 9.1.5, to alleviate some of these instances. Additionally, nothing manacles has gotten a new perk that lets you cascade your scatter grenade and grant some deserved value when paired with Chaos Accelerant. Okay, I haven't heard the word nothing manacles in ages. So what does nothing manacles do? You gain an additional scatter grenade and enables tracking for scatter grenade projectiles. Yeah, that's kind of ass. Let's see what they changed to it. Reminder of the 9.1.5 adjustments to change scatter grenades. Charge grenade now creates 4 more seekers. Increase the charge seeker damage versus combatants by 25%. Improve charge seeker tracking versus combatants. Increase charge seeker lifetime. Charge the scatter grenade ability. Faster final projectile speed. Exotic armor. Now sponsoring additional scatter seekers on scatter grenade kill. This effect can change. Briar Binds. Now this is what I'm here for. I've been cooking up a Briar Binds build ever since the buddy buff came through. Let's hear about it. Briar Binds enables a fun, unique playstyle for Void Warlock, but like many other kill-oriented exotics, it struggles to scale in a higher difficulty content. We've made some adjustments to help it build to its maximum benefits quicker and also get a bit more value earlier in its gameplay loop. Now it needs fewer kills to max out Briar Binds' void soul damage bonus, decreased to 4 from 6. Additionally, the Briar Binds void soul now does more damage based on the amount of time it's been deployed on a target. Up to 30% more damage after 10 seconds. That's what I'd like to see. Yes, sir. Briar Bind gang. Yes, sir. I'm excited for that, because I've been cooking up a Briar Binds build this entire season since it came out, and it just wasn't handling it too well, so I kind of scrapped it. I do want to give it another try. Hopefully this buffs it some more. Storm Dancer's Brace. That's the name I haven't heard in a long time, since like Season of the Deep. The potency of Storm Dancer's Embrace is almost entirely tied to the power of Storm Trance itself. In the same way we have some of the other super specific exotics, we added a bit of neutral play to Storm Dancer's Brace, and also a bit of quality of life of its damage bonus to help it scale better in today's sandbox. While Storm Trance is equipped, now grants Bolt Charge for arc ability hits when amplified. Storm Trance damage bonus now builds on hits instead of kills, increasing the maximum amount to compensate. Needs 30 hits to cap. Top end damage bonus is unchanged. Yeah, this is cool and all, but like they said, Storm Trance is kind of ass. So I guess, but it's Storm Trance. I just tried to combine Warlocks and Winters. Winter's Guile. Warlocks have much harder time scaling into melee-centric builds than both Titans and Hunters. Rather than updating the Winter's Guile to essentially be a newer version of Warm God Chris, but for Warlocks, we've decided on a more arcane twist. We ended up with a more Warlock-flavored version of that, incentivizing smart build crafting on how you build and spend your new benefits. A bit more effort, but a very potent reward if you manage to reach Warlord's Rage. Melee and finisher final blows granted bonus melee damage. Melee final blows grant 1 stack. Finisher final blows grant 3 stacks. Max is 10 stacks for 4x melee damage. Stacks are lost 1 at a time and last 4.5 seconds. Once you reach 10 stacks, immediately gain 1 melee charge and enter Warlord's Rage when you activate your melee ability. You have 10 seconds to activate Warlord's Rage. While in Warlord's Rage, gain dramatically increased melee regen speed, gain faster melee speed, melee damage bonus increased to 5x, and last 10 seconds lose all stacks once Warlord's Rage ends. Could be cool, but like they said, melee on Warlock, so. I mean, I guess you could spam a bunch of freaking handheld supernovas. Like the freaking, you know what I'm talking about? Not the handheld, is it handheld? The freaking projectile exotic for Void Warlock. Projectile melee, I apologize. Mataiodoxia. Warlocks have long asked for a super damage increasing exotic alongside for the likes of Cuirass and Nighthawk. We believe that this is a less interesting and We believe that this is a less interesting as an effect for a brand new exotic that we could instead offer this as a new piece on a pre-existing one. After all, what is a needle storm if not a bunch of supercharged arcane needles? P.S. Look for more on needle storm in the upcoming Renegades ability tuning article. Hitting a target with 5 needle storm projectiles now will also activate the stylistic burst. I can't remember I don't even know how to pronounce that, but that's cool. The burst caused by the super deals radically increased damage to all targets caught in the radius. This burst should allow needle storm to feel like a damage contender when it comes to the likes of Curious Thunder Crash. If you guys who don't know, Mataiodoxia, I think that's the exotic. Let me just look it up. I have it. Yeah, Mataiodoxia. Targets damaged by arcane needles emit a suspending detonation when defeated, and landing multiple arcane needles on the same target immediately triggers a larger, more powerful detonation. Defeating a suspended target grants melee energy. Your arcane needles are stronger against barrier champions. So, solid buff. Dawn Chorus. That's last one. There's one. Oh, Dawn Chorus. This one's a spoiler for next week abilities tuning. We're buffing Solar Warlock's Daybreak super damage by 20% and letting Daybreak scorch targets by default. Essentially, we're shifting some of the Dawn Chorus functionality into the base super. The end result is that Dawn Chorus plus Daybreak damage is increased by 5%. Hold on. The end result is that Dawn Chorus plus Daybreak's damage is being increased by 5%, and the combo will now allow you to cause ignitions with a single projectile. And with our new exotic universal ornaments feature coming in Renegades, looking like a bug, we'll do it. We'll be doing it while doing it is now an option. So total stack. So you get even more stacks of Dawn Chorus for Scorch. You get even more Scorch stacks by wearing Dawn Chorus, and now Daybreak now adds Scorch and does 20% extra damage in general, and you can swap the freaking ornament out so you don't look like a bug. So this is a solid change. People love Dawn Chorus. That's all we have for today. Keep an eye out for our next Dev Insight article, and we will preview the ability changes coming in Renegades. Solid changes. Looking forward to this swap tomorrow. Overall, I'm looking forward to Armamentarium. I'm looking forward to Mataiodoxia. I'm also looking forward to Dawn Chorus. Winter's Guile, I guess, looks cool. Storm Dancer's Brace, like they said, requires nothing but Storm Trance's cheeks unless it gets buffed. Briarbinds is looking forward to that as well. For Hunter specifically, nothing, if I'm being honest with you. Orpheus Ring could be a solid pick though. But that's really about it. Hunter's really got the short end of the stick. I mean, from what it reads, on paper it looks like they got the short end of the stick. Graviton Forfeit could be really good though. So yeah, have a good rest of the day. Let me know what you guys think about these changes in the comments below. Are you excited about it? Titans, Hunters, Warlocks, what are your thoughts on it? Have a good rest of your day,